Hey guys, welcome to another video of Sense Saga. This is Deep and that's Chandrima. This video is about finding the best clone of JPG Ultramale. Now I know that already a few very good clones of Ultramale exists, like 9 PM, Ramz Silver. They are said to be like very good clones of Ultramale.
Oh, okay.
But there are a lot of Indian houses as well as some Middle Eastern houses who are still trying to make good clones of Ultramale. So we just wanted to compare them and see which one comes out as the winner if we do a blind test. Now, before we start the test, I just wanted to add that there is a legal disclaimer added to the video description. Feel free to read that out if in case you want to. The perfumes today for the comparison are basically around 10 or 11. Let me just go through them one by one. First one is Lavi Luxury, their Ultramale. Then Arabian Aromas Ultramale clone. Then this is UFF Perfumes Ultimate, which is their recreation of Ultramale. This is a new one. This is also an Indian brand, Dfine Perfumes. Okay. Their clone of Ultramale. This is Follow Me Perfumes Ultramale. This is Vivian Luxuries Ultramale. They have named it Ultra. This is Vivs Aromas Ultramale clone. They have named it Ultramale.
Okay.
Then we have got the very popular Lataffa's Ramz Silver. This is a decant that we got from Perfumes Decant India. The rest of the two are also decants from Perfumes Decant India. This is Rayhaan Lion. And this is the very popular Afnan 9 PM. Also, we have the last one, which is EM5's creation, which is Ultra. So in total, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 clones that we are testing today. Still, we might miss out on a few because it's humanly not possible for us to have all the clones. So in case we missed out on any, you have the comment section, type it in the next comparison, we will add that in as well with today's winner. So now that we have introduced all the perfumes that we have in our collection today, let's get started with the test. In case you're new to the channel, what we usually do is we take the strips, blind test them one by one, like A versus B. Say suppose B gets rejected, we will reveal the name and move on to the next one up until the winner is found, and we will reveal the winner at the end of the video. Before we test the perfumes, I want you to smell the strip, the OG one, and tell me what you feel about the perfume.
Okay. It's quite fresh. And I think there is like a fruity, spicy, citrus and sweet note.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like it's simple, but yet it seems to be very complex.
Okay.
But it's also very dense, maybe because of the sweetness. I think it's quite dense. And the fruity flavor is also coming. I mean, nice.
It's a really good smell, right?
Yeah, I mean, very complex, yet it might smell very simple.
This perfume is touted as one of the best party fragrances, because of the smell, and at the same time it performs really well.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Like it smells very dense.
This perfume, the OG, sells for around 10 to 11,000. This is like the best party fragrance. If you make a list, Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramale will be in that list for sure.
Yeah, I can actually go for the original
OG.
one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because I really like this.
By the end of the video, I'm gonna say something that I personally feel about the OG as well. That I think a lot of people usually don't talk about.
Okay.
Let's discuss the clones first and then I will tell.
Sure, I'm excited.
So now let's go through the strips A and B and you tell me which stays and which gets rejected.
Okay, on the top, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, A is not.
What about B?
I can still keep B, although it is not same, but A is absolutely not there. It is just very lemony and spicy.
And there is a weird sweetness to it, right?
I don't know. I don't even smell the sweetness, but it's very weird. I mean, it's bitter lime kind of a thing.
This is Lavi Luxuries Ultra.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. I mean, I get a very weird shampoo-like smell from this.
No, I'm not getting a shampoo-like thing. What I am getting is like a bitter lime smell. Bitter lime. I mean, when you just squeeze the lime too much, it gives a little...
I don't know. I get a very weird shampoo-like smell from this. You are getting a weird bitter lime-like smell, but this is not close to the Ultramale. And
even B is not close, to be fair.
But still,
But I think In between,
comparison.
yeah, in between A and B still stays.
Okay, so Lavi Luxury is selling their perfume for 599 rupees for a 50 ml, but you get it in a combo, and this comes down to as low as 300 for this 50 ml. Okay.
Okay.
In terms of the projection, this is around 40 minutes. And in terms of the longevity, this stays on the clothes for around 5 to 6 hours. But in terms of the smell structure, I told in my previous video that there is a sweetness of pear that I felt, but along with that sweetness, I felt a lot of shampoo-like smell. I don't know what it was about. And that is the reason I knew that this was not a very
Going
good
to
clone
make
of,
the-
yeah,
okay,
I
make
didn't,
the
but
cut.
still I had to put it into that comparison because they claim to be like Ultramale, right? So I had to.
I mean, see, according to me, in my nose, they are not same.
In my nose as well,
like
it's not
even
same.
the company can claim anything that they want to.
Companies are going to claim anything that they want
Yeah.
to, but
but for my
at the-
nose or for your nose, they're not.
but at the end of the day, you have to decide if it's there or not, no matter what the company says. Now let's start B and C.
I'll go for the OG again. Okay. I really love the smell.
Of the OG.
Of the OG. I'm going for C first.
By the way, the smell is around 30 to 35 minutes in the dry down. So whatever Chandrima is smelling as of now is around 30 to 35 minutes after the perfumes has been sprayed on the strips.
Yeah, I'm confused now.
Why?
I mean, they're not same.
Both of them are not.
Yeah, both of them are not same. So I'm confused which one to keep. Because C seems to be more towards the citrus, and there is a peachy flavor there. Peachy or some pear. Yeah, pear. I mean, some kind of a
Nashpati,
fruity
yes.
flavor. I mean, smell is there. Even the spice is there, but it is more towards the fresher side and not on the denser side. Let's keep C.
Let's keep C.
Yeah,
Okay.
B is a little bit more sweeter.
Okay. So B is basically Vivs Aroma.
Yeah, I mean B is not too bad in comparison to C and B.
Yeah, in terms of the comparison with C, this kind of falls a bit short, and I was, expecting it to fall short. The pricing is 750 rupees for 50 ml. The performance is 1.5 hours of projection, and the longevity is 7 hours. So in terms of the longevity and performance, it's good. But in my previous video, I made a short video about
Okay.
it. There I said that this is very close to Afnan 9 PM. At that point in time, I feel that my nose was not that trained because I was very new to perfumes and all. So the nuance differences, I'm telling it like with all the honesty that I felt that this was very close to Afnan 9 PM. But after putting everything into maceration, testing all the clones out there, now I personally feel that this is not, there. And that is the reason I will turn off that YouTube shorts as well. I don't think it's necessary anymore. So after this video gets published and you watch it, I will actually turn off that shorts.
But I feel that even if they're not very same with the
It's not
original
bad.
one, I mean, as a standalone, you can really go for it.
I know. As a standalone, it was not that bad because
Not
the
at all.
performance and the projection is actually
That
good.
is what and I think for Vivs, it is Vivs Aroma.
Yes.
So I think for Vivs Aroma, the concentration of the oil was
very
better.
heavy. Yeah, it was very dense and it performs.
Correct.
But in terms of the closeness,
They're not.
it's not that.
No, it's not really that same.
close. Now it's C
It's
versus D.
D. I think as of now, I'm able to smell a lot of citruses on C, right? And there is a sweetness, but it might be flower also. Because
Yeah, there is a
flowers
floral note in it as well.
Yeah.
What
So,
about D?
I'll keep D.
C gets rejected.
Yeah.
So C is basically EM5's version, which is Ultra. EM5 is selling their perfume for 999 rupees for a 50 ml. Okay. So around 2000 rupees for that 100 ml. I know EM5 is a bit expensive. Also, their performance is not that great. In terms of projection, it's around 1 hour because it's a sweet perfume and the longevity is around 5 to 6 hours max. So that's EM5 for you. And let's move on to E.
E. It has become so sweeter, no? The original one.
Yeah, it is supposed to.
nice.
Yeah, but this sweetness is not something that's choking you.
Yeah, no. It's really nice. So I'm smelling E. E is really nice too.
Okay.
And I think they're in the same DNA, right? But I think the sweetness is a little bit off here. Whereas D has that sweetness also. And that's the reason I might move this to rejection.
Okay.
So it is close, but maybe not that close.
Okay, so you feel D is still more closer.
Yeah, I mean still.
And that is the reason
closer.
E gets rejected. Okay. So here is a surprise.
Oh my god. What
E
did I do?
is no, you didn't do anything. E is basically Lataffa's Ramz Silver. Lataffa Ramz Silver is touted as one of the best clones of JPG Ultramale. Okay, so in terms of that, whatever D is so far, somehow, according to Chandrima, that has defeated Lataffa's Ramz Silver in the blind test. And to be honest, here is my verdict on this. Lataffa's Ramz Silver is kind of there in terms of JPG Ultramale, but by the end of this video, I'm going to say something that a lot of people are going to hate me because I'm going to say that.
You're gonna lose your subscribers.
No, I'm just giving my honest opinion that Ramz Silver is kind of very dense and sweet, and it's still fruity, but it's not pear. I feel it's a bit more like peach. That's my opinion, or some other fruit. It's not pear. I mean, there's a sweetness, but not that same
the
sweetness.
Yeah, the same sweetness is missing.
So Ramz Silver is one of the most value for money offering from Lataffa because they are selling their 100 ml for around 1100 to 1500 rupees only. And the performance is good on this one. 1.5 hours of projection and around 7 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. But if you're somebody who's very sensitive to sweet perfumes, Lataffa Ramz Silver kind of chokes you out. At least to me, it does. I mean, when I apply the OG, it doesn't cloy me or choke me. But for some reason, Lataffa's Ramz Silver does that to me. And that is the reason I usually don't spray it on my upper half. If I do it, I will do it below my chest area because that fumes kind of chokes me. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah. So that's Lataffa's Ramz Silver. And then let's move on to strip F. Still, okay. D is winning.
Are you surprised with D?
No. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just going to keep a stoic face as much as possible.
Why do you do this? Okay, F. It's how many minutes have you put this up? For 30?
As of now, it's going to be 40 minutes to 45 minutes.
It's still giving me alcoholic blast.
F?
Yeah.
Okay, it can. There is nothing wrong in telling if something is wrong.
And it's giving me a little bubblegummy flavor. I felt this is like very sweet fruit. Whereas this one is like vanillic sweetness.
Got it. So what is your take on this one?
No, I'm still keeping B.
It's not B.
Sorry. I'm still keeping D.
Yeah. So F gets rejected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how close is this?
5. 5.5.
Okay. Was Ramz Silver ahead of this?
Better.
Okay. So this is basically Arabian Aroma's version of Ultramale. Okay. And this is selling for 700 rupees for a 50 ml, similar to all the Arabian Aroma perfumes. Their projection is around 1 hour and longevity is around 6 hours to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. What I felt is, if you see the internet, a lot of people will say that the OG Ultramale has a bubblegummy sweetness to it.
I did not actually feel it.
That is the reason a lot of the clones usually tend to have a very bubblegummy sweetness. I mean, I have tested a lot of clones over here which will have that bubblegummy sweetness. You will find it out. I'm pretty sure. Somehow I didn't feel that with the OG.
Yeah.
But with the clones, I have felt that most of them went with the boomer or...
Correct.
If anybody has ever had a boomer, this usually smells like the boomer.
Yeah.
And...
but the original one is like, the cakey.
Yeah, there is a different kind of sweetness.
Yeah, the cakey sweetness.
So, Arabian Aroma got rejected. Now, let's move on to G. I know we are breaking a lot of boundaries over here. because whatever we are doing is going to be a bit different from what has been preached in the internet. Honestly, go ahead, smell it out.
Wait, you're scaring me.
Why?
Oh my god. Now this is nice. But again, the sweetness is of bubblegum.
I told you, this is going to be very evident now.
Sadly, no. I'm not feeling this is close.
Okay, so is this more closer than Arabian Aroma or less closer than Arabian Aroma?
Arabian Aroma was a little bit more towards bubblegum. I think this is a little mellowed bubblegum.
But it's still bubblegum.
It's still bubblegum.
Okay. So you want to place it on top?
No, Ramz comes the first.
Okay, so far now Ramz
Ramz
is still
better.
So if anything is better than Ramz, we will define it, or else we will just keep it.
Yes.
Okay, so G is basically Dfine Perfumes clone, which is basically selling for 1500 for 100 ml, and the projection is around 1 hour, and the longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours again.
What's the price point?
1500. I mean, similar to Arabian Aroma selling for 1400 if you consider it on a 100 ml level. This one is 1500. What Dfine Perfumes usually does is they are not making one-to-one clones, but they are just adding a few more stuff.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. So basically they're trying to give some edge. Although they are kind of inspired by a designer fragrance. Okay. With their take on Ultra Male, I found that they also went into that bubblegummy route, but here the bubblegumminess was a bit lesser than Arabian Aromas. This is the specific category of sweet perfumes that I have a problem with.
Like bubblegum?
Bubblegummy, sweet, ultra sweet perfumes. Somehow, Dfine Perfume's sweetness was there, but it didn't choke me out. But at the same time, I'm not saying I was very comfortable wearing it.
Yeah, but I have to say something that I feel even the OG, it's a party perfume, I understand, but it's a party perfume for a little bit mature category.
You feel that it's for the mature category, but everybody, I mean, from youth to old, everybody.
No, you can wear it. Obviously, it's your perception to wear it, but I feel even if it's like a party perfume, it is categorized for the matured person.
I don't think so. I feel it's.
But rather, I am feeling that this Arabian Aroma and Dfine is more playful.
Yeah, they are more youthful because of that bubblegummy sweetness.
Correct. I think if in case somebody is going to the college or maybe an intern in a corporate, you can really wear that.
Now let's move on to the next one, which is going to be H.
Hanji. Okay. I'm really liking this one of the original.
The original is actually a bit different.
Yeah, very different.
Bubblegum. I know.
I'm still keeping D.
You're still keeping D. H gets rejected. Same bubblegum.
Same bubblegum sweetness. And it is it's citrus and sweet, but no, the floweriness is missing, even the spices are little missing.
It's mostly sweet bubblegum like.
Correct.
Yeah, I know. This is Follow Me Perfumes Ultra Male Clone.
Okay.
898 rupees for 60 ml. 1.5 hours of projection and around 6 to 7 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. Decent performer. Again, the sweet bubblegum like smell that a lot of companies are trying to clone. Somehow, I don't know, I don't get that bubblegum like sweetness from the OG. I can be wrong over here, but that is what I feel and that is what she feels as well. Now, let's move on to the next one, which is I.
Which is I. This is not too bad. I'm smelling, honestly, I am smelling that strip. And then I'm saying it's not too bad. Because for my nose, they're good, standalone. But then when I'm comparing it with the OG, I'm like, no, it's not there. This is weird. No.
Okay.
I is still not there. The sweetness is missing only.
Okay. But this is not bubblegummy like.
No, this is not bubblegum.
So this is a bit different.
Yeah, but the sweetness is only missing for me. I mean, it's a flower sweetness.
This is a floral sweetness, but I feel
even the fruity sweetness is there. But the vanillic sweetness is missing.
The vanillic sweetness is missing. But okay, is this more closer or this is also completely rejected?
Maybe I'll put it after Ramz.
Okay, after Ramz, you're gonna keep it. Okay, so after Ramz, you're gonna keep this, right? Okay.
I.
So I is basically UFF Perfumes Ultimate.
Oh.
Okay. UFF Perfumes Ultimate sells for $12.99 for 100 ml. This is a kind of a bit more lighter take, and that is the reason you will find that the smell is a little less overpowering than the rest.
I think this you can wear it in the day.
Yeah.
And it's way more fresher and less dense.
So this has a performance of like projection of 1 hour, and the longevity is around 6 hours when applied on the clothes. If you compare it with the rest of the clones, it feels a little bit lighter, but something that is more wearable during the daytime, I feel, compared to the rest. Because the rest of the ones when I have used it in the daytime, during the summers, it was like, oh my God, it's too cloying and it's a bit more sweet. Somehow Ultimate was a bit different, but then again, if you just compare them side by side, it's not over there. But somehow they didn't go to the route of bubblegummy sweetness.
Yeah,
they went into the route of floral and fruity sweetness over here, but that vanillic note
is missing.
It's kind of missing.
I don't know if I'm saying the sweetness to be right. Is it vanillic sweetness?
Yeah, there is a note of vanilla in it.
Cake sweetness.
There is a note. There is a note of vanilla in it, and that is the reason.
Nice.
Yeah, and in the mid, it's said to have, like the OG is said to have the notes of spices like caraway.
Yeah, spices is there.
Caraway is there, which is jeera.
Obviously, I can't like pick out.
No, I'm just, since I have read the notes, I'm telling you.
Okay.
There is cinnamon over here, darchini, and at the top it has got pear. Okay, at the base it has got patchouli and a bit of amber, making it dense and heavy. So there are like a lot of notes over here. Some of them were tried to be cloned, but then again, I don't know why people go into the route of bubblegummy sweetness when it comes to the Ultramale clones. Now we have got only 2 left, which is J.
Why am I not getting rid of D? Because even D is not really there.
I know. Okay, so now it's J versus D.
I'm just smelling the OG one more time. And now just J. And D. I'm keeping D.
You're keeping D. Okay. Why?
Because I feel the sweetness is there.
Okay.
And it is a bit too much of a sweetness for me, for my nose. And also, it's not the same kind of the sweet.
Okay. I get you.
I'm not. I mean, among all of these, no one was able to clone this particular original perfume. Okay. It's very complex, whereas this seems to be quite simple. Sweet fruity perfume.
I get that.
I don't know if I'm right.
I get that. I completely understand. By the way, J is a very popular clone of JPG Ultramale, which is Afnan 9 PM. Okay, Afnan 9 PM sells for 2,500 to 3,000 rupees. The projection on this is awesome. 2 hours of projection, and longevity is around 8 hours when applied on the clothes. What I personally feel is, okay, before I say my verdict, is it better than Ramz Silver?
I think they're in the same ballpark. Maybe a little bit better than Ramz Silver.
Agreed.
But I think they're quite same.
Agreed. So that is the reason I didn't say it at first. What I usually feel is Ramz Silver is more on that bubblegummy route of sweetness. This, on the other hand, is also sweet, but it's not that bubblegummy route.
No, it's not bubblegum.
This is more of a vanillic fruity sweetness. But then again, it's not really 100% there with the OG, which is JPG Ultramale. But it's kind of around 75%, I would say, in that DNA.
I think if in case you don't like sweet perfume, this is gonna choke you because it's very sweet.
Yeah.
And I think the sweetness of the original is being cut off by the spices and the citrus. But this one
Is just-
is missing with the spicier notes, and
Yeah.
it's gonna choke you.
Yeah.
If in case you don't like sweet perfume.
Agreed. So the last one that is left is basically K.
I don't know if I'm doing right or wrong. But
There
I'm
is-
just
there is nothing.
keeping with D.
See, this comparisons are basically blindly done.
Yeah,
And we are just trying to share our opinion with the internet to help people out. And this is completely our opinion, which might differ from person to person.
Correct,
So
correct, absolutely.
if you are watching this and you're getting angry just because Afnan or Ramz Silver didn't really make the cut, we're really sorry, but that is not what we feel. And I will share my opinion at the end, but you just try K.
K. I think it is good perfume. Actually, it's not gonna choke you. The sweetness is very mild, and it is actually smelling very fresh.
Actually.
Very fresh. So they're also not close.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still keep D to myself. Move it to the rejection pool. But I think I'll just keep it with the previous one.
Okay, so you want to club it with Afnan 9
Correct.
PM?
I'm gonna maybe keep 2 in the second position and Ramz in the third. And I don't know what D is.
Okay, so let me tell you what has happened over here. This is going to be a very unpopular opinion, okay? K, which basically got rejected, is Rayhaan's Lion. This is a new release. Very recently it got popular. The pricing is around 1900 rupees to 2200 rupees for 100 ml. The projection on this is also super good. It's 2 hours of projection and the longevity is around 8 hours again.
8?
Yeah, same as Afnan 9 PM.
Oh, wow.
And that is the reason now this is said to be the new king of the clones of JPG Ultramale. And to be honest with you, here is my opinion regarding this. But before I share my
I'll
opinion,
give my opinion first, okay? I
Yeah.
mean,
you still don't know what D is.
no, I still
So-
don't know what D is. But I feel that the OG is very, very complex. It has come up with a very complex element.
But it doesn't feel like complex when you initially
No,
smell it.
doesn't smell a very complex perfume, but I think they're very complex. Even the D is not to the T. Okay, but I think among the rest, D was able to at least achieve 80%.
I know.
To what?
75% was Afnan 9 PM and
Yes,
Rayhaan
yes,
Lion.
yes.
While D was the
Around
winner.
80.
Still, it's not the best, but it's the most closest according to us.
Correct.
Okay, so
Even you felt it because
I know. Let me share my opinion. Before that, let me just reveal the winner. It's Vivian Luxury, surprisingly. It's selling for 1050 rupees for 100 ml. The projection on this is around 1 hour and the longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the cloth. It's a very
Go for
cheap
it.
alternative, to be honest. 1050 rupees for 100 ml is actually not that expensive.
Go for it.
Now, my opinion on this. When I was just using the clones, Afnan 9 PM or Ramz Silver, or like the other clones like Follow Me Perfumes, Arabian Aroma, or every one of them, I used to feel like that the bubblegummy sweetness is something that Ultramale is known for.
Ultramale is known for bubblegummy sweetness.
Yeah, if you see the internet, a lot of places tell you that this is supposed to smell like bubblegummy sweet. But after I smelled it out, I was completely blown away by how good the actual smell is, because the rest of the clones that I was trying was basically choking me out, and that is the reason I didn't like the JPG Ultramale DNA before I tested out the OG. But after I tested out the OG thoroughly, I was like, not at all, this clones are there. Although internet is filled with the fact that Afnan 9 PM or Ramz Silver are the best clones of JPG Ultramale out there, I don't feel that way. What I feel is JPG Ultramale is still not cloned properly.
Uncloned.
And if in case you do get a chance, just order a decant and smell it out and see it for yourself. I mean, I can be wrong over here, or my nose and Chandrima's nose might not detect the nuance differences. I mean, I like the OG so much so that I am going to save my money and get the OG full bottle. only Vivian Luxury was something that came closer in the dry down. Even the opening of this one is different. You want to try the opening one time? Okay, I'm spraying the OG first. Just smell it and you will go, wow. It's too good, right? I tell you, I challenge you, none of these, if you smell, will give you that same feeling like the OG over here. I mean, I have seen clones that give you an
No, when
almost
you
clone.
make a fruit cake, right, with a lot of nutmeg and like vanilla extract and everything, right?
This is what
the initial note gives you that, but then it dries down to become more softer.
It's a very
sweet,
sophisticated perfume.
very.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very good, right? Now try the clone.
There is Aroma?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Vivian
Luxury. Okay. Wait. Why do you do that? No.
It's not the same. I'm telling you. The summary of this video is, if you really want to get a clone of JPG Ultramale, feel free to trust the internet and get the clones as Afnan 9 PM, Lataffa, Ramz Silver, Rayhaan Lion. I mean, we can be wrong over here. But if you trust us or our reviews, what we felt was Vivian Luxury's Ultra was around 5% more better in the dry down than Afnan 9 PM, Ramz Silver or Rayhaan Lion. But in terms of the blend quality, Rayhaan's Lion is far better. If in case you have Rayhaan Lion and Afnan 9 PM in the comparison, I'll choose Rayhaan Lion over Afnan 9 PM. And if you don't have the budget to buy any of these and you don't want to buy Vivian Luxury, then you can go for Lataffa, Ramz Silver. Apart from that, every single clone house in India and the Middle East is getting that bubblegummy sweetness into the perfume and selling it as the clone of JPG Ultramale. But for me, the smell is not bubblegummy sweet. It's more of a vanillic fruity sweetness, but it's completely on a different level, and the sophistication is like on a very different level to what the clones are offering. So my verdict is, if you have the money, get the OG. If you don't have the money, save a little bit and get a decant, try it out yourself. Still, if you feel like no, you will trust the other reviews out there, which I am not saying that they are not true or something. It's just that our feeling is going to be completely different than the rest. We don't think, like in that case, you can go for 9 PM, Ramz Silver or whatever you choose to. We don't have a problem.
Correct.
So with that, let's end the video. In today's video, the winner was Vivian Luxury's Ultra. Yeah, Ultra, selling for 1050 rupees for 100 ml. The second was Rayhaan Lion and Afnan 9 PM clubbed together. And the third one was Lataffa's Ramz Silver.
Yes.
So in case you have any queries or concerns, reach out to us via comment, or you can connect with us via Instagram as well. This is Deep and that's Chandrima signing out. We will see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.